Welcome to season 2 of Haute Conversations.
I always knew I wanted to go into video.
You've worked with some pretty big clientele.
Chris Brown was so easy to work with. You were all scared because it was like one of our biggest videos. You have to have that confidence. You have a lot at stake.
Welcome to season 2 of Haute Conversations, where the worlds of entrepreneurship, introspection, and culture converge. Created and produced by the innovative Yaga and Patrick at Unik Production, this season promises to delve deeper into the stories of visionaries and trailblazers. Join us as Paulina Mel hosts each episode, guiding us through engaging dialogues that spark inspiration and foster creativity. Prepare for a season filled with thought-provoking conversations and insights that challenge the norm and celebrate the art of innovation.
I hit these slumps of like seasonal anxiety. I was too hard on myself thinking about the future. This is the most difficult part.
How do you keep that balance?
The most important part is
Hi everyone, and welcome to season 2 of Haute Conversations, the show where we blend high fashion and high stakes. I have a very special guest with me today, a Toronto legend in his own right, a visionary behind some of our favorite music videos. Please welcome Dragan Andic, otherwise known as 97 Dragan.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you.
Thank you for gracing me with your presence. I'm so happy you're here. So let's go back to the beginning. First of all, your name, because I say it, I'm an Eastern Bloc girl, so I say it kind of properly since you are Serbian, Dragan Andic.
Yeah.
So please clarify.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of Europeans would say it the way you just said it, like Dragan, that's my actual name. But obviously living in Canada, a lot of people say Dragan and they think Dragan's cool. So I grew up even in school being called Dragan. So I kind of stuck with that.
Oh, it is cool.
But yeah, it's my dad's name too.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so take me back specifically to where you realized that the path and the vision and where you are now is back then what you really wanted to do. Like, what was that moment that sparked that creative genius?
I feel like I had two dreams in life. I feel like I had two big ones, and it started off as soccer, and I feel like soccer led to this. And if I didn't pursue soccer at such a young age, I wouldn't have got into photography, music video directing. I felt like everything led up to this point. And it started when I was 16. I left high school. I moved to Italy. I got a chance to play for Genoa Academy in Italy. I was living there full-time, studying there. I left everything behind, and I just didn't take it as serious. I feel like because of my age, I wanted to be with my friends back home, and soccer was very easy for me, believe it or not. I'm not even trying to sound like I was good. It was very easy task. So I loved being in Italy. It was easy, wake up, just play soccer. And I felt like something was missing. Maybe it wasn't my destiny, I guess. But, and I came home, and unfortunately I tore my ACL.
I was just going to say, so nothing to do with injuries, and then here we are.
Yeah, and I don't even want to tell this story because I feel like it's such a classic story that everyone says I didn't make it because of my ACL. But it did happen, and my knee never fully recovered after the surgery, and that led into photography.
Okay, so photography, and now specifically celebrity photography, or how did you, what was your interest to begin with as far as photography?
The moment I moved back home, it was a few months left to graduate high school, and we all had to pick. It was that moment when everyone's going into college and university. Everyone has to pick what they're going to study. Yeah. And my best friend, Tyrus, he told me, he's like, hey, I'm going to do photography. Do you want to start coming downtown with me to build portfolio stuff? And I just figured, okay, cool. And we started going downtown, and I fell in love with photography then. We started taking pictures of buildings, didn't like it. Then I started taking pictures of people. I loved it. And I knew this is something I wanted to get into. And then I kind of eased my way into the music industry in Toronto, because at the time, 2016, 2017, Toronto was going through like a boom of music. A lot of artists were like building up. There was a lot of opportunity for photography, videography. And then I kind of got sucked into the music industry, and I fell in love with that because I love Toronto music. So yeah, that's kind of how I weaned into photography.
Well, it's actually kind of like a natural progression, I say. You know what I mean? Like, especially being a creative person as yourself. And even with me, like I, modeled and boom, I got into acting. So I
Yeah.
completely get it.
Yeah.
Not only that, I worked on a movie called Polar.
Okay.
And the director of that movie was actually originally music video director.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's amazing. He's a Swedish director.
Okay.
He's phenomenal. So is that something that you would love to do eventually?
Yeah, so that's what I'm focusing on now. I actually have 2 scripts for the 2 short films that I want to do. I'm even pitching to my clients who are musicians to do short films in a sense of like album rollouts and music videos turning into short films. So eventually, I'm 27 now. I'd say by 28, 29, I hope I'm doing films.
So
I want to do a
you
film.
have like so many goals in such a short time, which is incredible for your age.
Thank you.
Yeah. What are your genres as far as music that are your favorite?
Well, I listen to hip hop and R&B, and so it was only natural that I started doing videos for hip hop and R&B artists. And we've done other videos. We've done a lot of genres of music videos, but I'd say 95% of the music videos we do a year, which is like hundreds of videos, it's hip hop R&B based.
Okay. And what I know they're visually incredible.
Thank you.
And you're also a Libra. I'm a Libra,
Yeah.
so I get it. We're very aesthetically, it has to be very pretty and put together
Yes,
and like
yes, perfectionist.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, which is not always a good thing.
Yeah.
Like indecisiveness is a bit of a problem.
Yeah.
So have you had any kind of like nightmare stories? Or you show up to set and you're like, okay, I'm ready to go. And then let's say the artist is like, listen, I have a different vision for this.
I feel like early on in 2020, when we began music videos, my team and I, we were underprepared. We kind of actually learned as we go, which I loved. I loved that we learned from experience. Like we taught ourselves a lot about how to be professional. We were missing a lot of stuff on set, a lot of etiquette, call sheets, basic stuff that we had to teach each other.
Yeah, well, you just didn't know, right?
I feel like that was the biggest nightmare for us. Like coming on set and being underprepared, because we had a lot of opportunities early on for labels, big clients, and where we are now is so much further than where we began. So I'm happy we learned. That was the biggest nightmare. I feel like I could always adapt to if a client wanted something creatively. I could always think of something on the spot.
Take me through your kind of morning routine when you are actually working. Like, do you wake up and you're like, okay, I'm ready to go. I'm kind of the Spielberg of the music video industry. I got the vision. I'm ready to go. Or are you more like, somebody please give me a cup of coffee? Otherwise, I'm going to start pretending that I'm being creative.
Yeah, first, there is no morning routine. I'm not a morning person. I sleep in. So yeah, the afternoon, I need to wake me up. Yeah, I need a coffee. I used to be hooked on energy drinks to get me through the day.
Horrible, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
Everyone in my life
Dragan, stop
has
that.
told me that. Stop that, yeah.
I'm telling
I actually
you.
did. And that's kind of my routine. Like I need to wake me up, but I'm naturally motivated by what I do. I love what I do. And I feel like that's the biggest goal in life. To me, that's success. Success is doing what you love every day. It's the money and that stuff comes if you love doing what you do.
Yeah,
So
of
I'm a
course.
heavy believer in that.
What is your process? Let's say I come to you and I'm like, listen, okay, I heard you're fantastic, which you are. And I want to know, A, how do you make me look amazing? Give me a music video, make me a star. Like, what's the step by step?
Yeah, I'm happy you asked this. It's a good question to obviously gain knowledge on how the music video comes to life. So it usually starts with the client. They reach out, or the team reaches out. They're like, hey, we have a song coming up, and it's 50-50. Either they have the idea or they want you to think of the idea and bring it to life. And they'll come to you and be like, hey, this is our budget. This is the song. I'll listen to the song and then I'll brainstorm them. And this is the most difficult part, to be quite honest.
Yeah.
From experience, it's doing the treatment. And the treatment is mood board, shot list, color palette, synopsis. You have to break down the video to the pitch. It's how you're going to get hired to do a job.
Okay.
And when that's completed, then the fun part begins. Pre-production, planning the locations, and then obviously the fun part is filming. So the step-by-step is pitching, and then it's 50-50. The client might not like your pitch. So that's why your mood board needs to be beautiful. But on top of that, you need to be able to bring that to life if you're pitching something. You can't just pitch something falsely that you can't bring to life. So the most important part is the pitch. And then obviously they trust you enough and they've seen your work that you can bring that to life.
And you've worked with some pretty big clientele. So Chris Brown, Nas,
Yeah.
to name just a couple. Have they ever been, let's say, difficult, or you've brought them a great outline of what the video should look like, and then they're just kind of saying, well, no, I reject that.
No, with those two, Chris Brown and Nav, Chris Brown was so easy to work with. He was amazing. And it was such a full circle moment because like growing up listening to someone and then going to direct them, like I was intimidated. Like we waited for him on set. He comes on set and he's immediately like, tell me what to do. He's like, I love your work. He's like, just tell me, he's like, I love this idea. Like, what should I do?
At that moment, are you actually like, do you get nervous?
No, not when you're in the moment. Cause I know like once the lighting's set up and you have the shot, you know, it's going to look beautiful. You have to have that confidence. You have to make the client feel confident. You can't be on set nervous cause it's a music video. You have a lot at stake. So I know what those moments hold. And no, it was a beautiful moment. He's so respectful, and you can tell he's probably done hundreds of videos a year. So he knew just as much as I knew what I was telling him to do. He followed, and the video came out amazing.
Okay, if you have like one celebrity that you would love to work with, like that's like your end all be all celebrity, who would that be?
To do a video for The Weeknd. The Weeknd's my favorite artist.
Yes, I've seen some photography.
I did photography for his tour and some stuff behind the scenes. But I'd love to do a video for him and Travis Scott. Because Travis Scott's very artistic and he puts a lot of thought behind his music videos. So I feel like me and him would mesh well together.
Okay, now tell me about the 97 Collective. It's a production company.
Yes.
So why did you start the production company? Or were you just like, listen, I need to start paying my friends in money, not pizza slices? So I need to...
It actually started off by mistake. It wasn't something that was thought out. My brand was the 97 since high school. And I always knew I wanted to go into video one day, but it all started in COVID. And everyone was locked in their houses. No work was going out, no photo shoots, no nothing. And one of my friends called me, he signed to OVO, Roy Woods.
Yep.
He called me up and he's like, hey, you know, I'm stuck in the house. I need to drop this album and I don't have anyone to shoot video. And I told him, I'm like, hey, like I don't do video. I don't have a video camera, but I can come take photos. He's like, no, I believe in you. He's like, figure something out. Come to my B&B that I'm staying at and shoot this video for me. So I called my best friend, Kale. He was also just coming out of school. He always wanted to do videos. I'm like, hey, you want to give this a shot? You want to shoot a video? And it was just me and him and a little Philips Hue light that we had. We had no equipment.
Yeah.
We drove 20 minutes. We went to go see Roy. We shot the video. The label loved it. He loved it. And then me and Kale just had a discussion. We're like, hey, let's do this during COVID to make money, take our work to the next level and see where it goes. And since then, like hundreds and hundreds.
Yeah, where is it now? Do you feel like kind of an old wise owl that's like spreading the knowledge that you've gained thus far? Or every time are you more like, oh, I still have so much to learn here, but at least I have this platform?
Yeah, so much to learn. I feel like we have not even reached a peak of what we have to do and accomplish. There's milestones we've hit. We're working with Chris Brown. We're working with big celebrities. It makes you feel like in your element and it pushes you to do better. But there's so much competition out there, which I love. And there's so much inspiration to be better and aim for the higher goals. Just like doing films. We want to do films. We want to do videos with new equipment, new angles, new different stuff. People don't want to see the same thing all the time. So you have to keep elevating.
Everybody, like I feel like people need to step out of the box because everything's turning out such a repetitive thing, you know, it's kind of like been there, done that, like put some more creativity into it. I feel like you have that mind for that and you're still so young. You have accomplished so much.
Thank you so much.
Which is incredible.
Thank you.
Okay, so no more soccer for you. It's like strictly I'm going to be a director.
Yes. Yeah, I love this more than soccer, for sure. I have a strong passion for cinema.
Well, you're creative. That's a creative genius kind of a mind. So I get that. Actually, what kind of movie would you like to make?
So there's two I have in mind. My favorite movie right now that I've seen this year is called Nosferatu. It's
Nosferatu, yes. I haven't seen it, but I want to see it.
That director, the way he films stuff, I just fell in love with it. I'm like, okay, now I want to do a scary movie, and I also want to do a psychological drama about relationships. So those are two genres that I want to touch base. Deep, dark, cinematic, moody stuff. That's what I love. That's what we do in videos, in music videos. That's what I want to do in film.
You host workshops, panel discussions, like you've mentioned. So what do you cover at these panel discussions?
So that started in COVID too. We've hosted 5 since COVID. It's called Moments. And we hosted a networking event. It went from like 200-300 people to a few weeks ago, we had 1,000 people at the 5th one. And It's to teach up and coming creatives how to make your passion a profession, how to do what you love for a living. And I feel like this is so important because the amount of DMs I get from people asking me, hey, how do I make money doing this? How do I make money being a photographer? How do I get clients? The best advice I have for that is don't worry about money early on. Go network, get opportunities, build your portfolio, and don't be like greedy. Like be humble and build up. And once you get a name for yourself, then the money starts coming in. Like it's all connected. It's all like a. It's not.
And I feel like you need people to help you along the way, which a lot of people don't want to ask for help. But when you have the ability to do so, like why not use the platform?
Yeah. Take every opportunity. Go on set. Be humble. People like that. People like a people person. Like networking is very important, especially in Toronto. We have such a hub for the creatives and sets now, and the music industry is booming. Now's the best time to build. You can do what you love. It's possible.
Do you want to stay here? Please don't go. But do you want to stay here?
I don't. I've been thinking about this a long time. My closest people, my family, my best friends, everyone in my life has told me you need to go to the US. You need to
venture
expand.
Out.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, no, I get it. I mean, listen, if you want to become a director, sooner than later, then of course you have to expand your horizons for sure.
Yes, I hope to do so.
Okay, take me to a set where perhaps not everything goes according to plan. Something goes awry and you're just like, I don't know. How do you manage certain situations?
Well, as the director, and when it's your set, you have to take things into your own hands. You have to be a leader and a role model. That's what I've learned throughout hundreds of sets now, that when things aren't going as planned, you need to steer the ship in the right direction and calm everyone down. Make sure the client is comfortable, make sure the team's comfortable, and get everyone focused on the goal. Because at the end of the day, why is everyone on set? To get a good product and come together and collaborate. So sometimes people lose wind of that, and you have to steer that ship in the direction that it has to be headed. So sometimes a client will be stressed out, and sometimes people will be late. Sometimes the shot doesn't come out how you want it. Equipment isn't working. You need to think of solutions fast. You need to have backup plans. And that's when teamwork has to come together. And I'm so grateful that I have a team of like my best friends. My cameraman is my best friend since high school.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, my little brother's on the team. It's a family, yeah.
Yeah,
we've had the same one since like day one.
What kind of a director are you? You know how you have in movies, and I act, so I understand that. So when you're an actor's director, you really help the director develop the character and help them act. All the ideas that the musicians come to you with, like, do you really work with them together? Do you guide them along the way?
Yeah.
Like, do you...
I try to put myself in their shoes and in their mind, to be
honest. And they trust you.
Yes. I've been lucky enough to have my clients trust me, and you can tell when they come to you first, they're like, yo, I have this idea. I want you to bring it to life. I trust you. You can tell before you step on set that they trust you. And I haven't had a lot of clients that didn't trust me, unless it was like a recommendation from a third party that wanted me to help them on the set. Then it's different. Then you're not too close with your clients. But I've been staying away from jobs like that because I want to be more in control of what I'm choosing. Because now we've reached a point where we have a lot of inquiries for videos and film projects, and we're being very picky with who we choose to work with based on that. You don't want to go into something blind anymore. I don't want to do that. I want to know exactly what I'm filming, what we're putting our name on, and what the project entails.
So you mentioned going into something blind. Are you speaking from experience?
Yeah. We used to take on a lot just to build our portfolios, and sometimes it backfires. Sometimes it's not the best move. And not every single opportunity is a good opportunity. You have to be professional, and yeah, it's just within an industry. It's not everything is going to be how you expect it. It's a good or bad.
Yeah, and sometimes, like we're talking about earlier, happy accidents.
Yeah, we had the Chris Brown video in LA last summer, and we were doing it, and we couldn't find a casino location, and we needed two because the first one just wasn't matching the vibe. And one of our lighting guys actually ended up finding the location. And it was by accident. He's just like, yo, I have this spot. And we were all scared because it was like one of our biggest videos.
Yeah.
And it ended up being used in 95% of the videos. So the one he found on the day of, after months of planning this video.
Oh, that's so funny. Huh?
The location he found, I fell in love with it. I got there. I'm like, wow, easy to light, looks amazing, fits my exact vibe. So that was like a happy accident, and it was like the best timing.
I know it's funny how sometimes that happens, right? It's like all about timing, and you might, you're at 1 second like full on stress mode, and next second something happens and puts you right back on an even better path.
And that's what I love about the industry. The highs are so high, but there is lows. There is lows. Like,
what is your lowest low that you've had? Not to get depressing.
Being comfortable, staying in the same place, being like, okay, I'm 27 at 30. Am I going to keep doing the same thing, or am I going to elevate? And I feel like that comes with you deciding when to make the next move. You have to make these opportunities for yourself. You can't wait. So every day you should be like, live and breathe this, because I do this every day. I don't really take a day off. So,
and this is like where you are meant to be. Like, you're truly now in the spot of where you feel like you thrive the most.
I feel like this is what I'm meant to do. Yeah, for sure. I know this is like, I'm destined to film.
Okay, so the first time, you put out a project and it started getting noticed.
Yeah.
Right? You started getting the calls and you're like, wait a minute. Okay, tell me about that.
There's actually a few of those, but I want to touch base on my favorite and probably the biggest one we've done in the last year. And it's called Can't Come Back. It's for Koi Lele. Koi Lele she's a big artist. She actually DM'd me last year, and she's like, hey, I love your work. And I couldn't believe when I got the DM. I sent it to the whole team. I'm like, yo, we might do a video for the Koi.
Yeah.
And she was like, I want to come to Toronto. And she came to Toronto, and we did back-to-back videos. And she sent me this reference. It was a Janet Jackson video. It was called Pleasure Principle. And it was Janet Jackson dancing in this warehouse. And I'm like, wow, it's dark and moody. And Koi's like, I love your dark and moody aesthetic. I think you can bring this to life. And it was a huge video. And she flew here to Toronto with the whole team. This was like the set that we kind of knew, like, okay, yeah, this is like serious for us. This is huge. We need to assemble a bigger team. And this is a big opportunity for Toronto, because Koi doesn't just travel from LA to do a video with anyone. So I feel like we really hit the nail on the head with those two videos back to back for her. And those videos, it was Lemon Cars and Can't Come Back. We did it back to back days. It was a hectic 48 hours. And yeah, it's at millions and millions of views on YouTube. And a lot of clients came to us after that video. They're like, I love this. This is cinematic. You really showed your versatility in music videos. And the second one is When It Comes to You by Friday, which was the summer before that.
Yeah.
And it was a wedding video we did for Friday. And it was about loving someone. It was a storyline. It was about loving someone and sticking by you the day one. And then
so not as moody as your usual.
No. And that's what I was going to get at.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone messaged me. They're like, how did you pull this off? Because this is not your style at all. So that showed our versatility too. It was a bright, happy wedding video.
Oh,
so I
that's very cool.
stepped out of my comfort zone.
Which is also so good, because sometimes like wonderful things happen, just like you just said, right?
Yeah.
Something maybe you shouldn't have done or wouldn't have done in the beginning, but now here we are.
Exactly.
So how do you keep yourself not stagnant? So you're not pumping out the same videos visually, or just, how do you keep yourself not stagnant?
Those are the moments when I'm sitting at home and these ideas come to me. I want to do an event. I want to do movies. And now I want to do a photo book with my music video stills and photography. I want to do that. So there's like passion projects that keep me not stagnant. And I feel like that's pushed my brand a little more to be notable and attract more clientele. So passion projects keep me non-stagnant and keep me inspired in the industry, because when you're pushing out like 5-6 videos a week on like a busy month for us, it gets repetitive. You're shooting and then editing, filming, editing. And then no matter what video it is, your brain gets a little overtired.
Well, I was going to say, so how do you keep that balance? Because, a lot of the times when you have 10 ideas going at once, you can just, start working on the 10 and you're not really focusing on one, and then you get completely distracted, and next thing you know, everything's kind of starting to fall apart. Has that ever happened to you?
I'm lucky that I work with my friends, because we laugh and we're smiling on set all day.
Yeah.
So that keeps me balanced. And then a good social life and making sure that we sleep. And I've been learning about that. Before I didn't sleep, I'd go nonstop. And I'd lose balance, and then your workflow dies down.
Dragan, you need your beauty sleep.
Yeah.
Come on.
Everyone who loves me tells me that. My closest people, they're like, you need to sleep, you need to quit energy drinks, you need to focus on your health.
Yeah.
Because it's going to catch up to you with your lifestyle.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
So balance comes with good health and being around people who inspire you and love you. I feel like energy is a big thing. If I'm around people who bring my energy down, it's not, that'll make work feel like it's work. and not something you love.
Well, that's why I feel like it's so easy to talk to as well, because I think like I'm a big energy reader as well. So I can feel you right away. So you've been like, your energy is fabulous.
Thank you. Likewise.
Oh,
thank you so much.
Thank you. Yeah, I really appreciate that.
Thank you.
Are there any up and coming projects that you can talk about, or perhaps not? I don't know.
Well, a lot of artists right now, since January 1st hit, a lot of artists have just sent me songs. They have their albums coming out. So there's a lot of amazing artists and collaborations that I'm writing ideas to right now.
Yeah.
I can't mention the songs or the projects that are not out yet, but yeah, we've been busy this year the most out of the last 5 years.
What about your production company, like the 97 Collective? Do you want to expand the horizons of that as well?
We've given a lot of people opportunities. We're always looking for, like, we bring on behind the scenes people, assistants. They get the opportunity to build their portfolio, be on sets with big clients and photograph, video, do whatever, or the makeup artist, stylist. I'm always looking. That's why I love Toronto, because it's so collaborative. People just jump on the opportunity to collab and be on these sets. So yeah, we're looking to expand always. I feel like we have expanded in the last 4 to 5 years, and I hope to only expand globally. I want to expand where we are located. That's like my main goal.
Is there something, more of a personal question, is there something you have let go of in the past year? And what are you looking most forward to in 2025? Like, it could be a person, it could be a thing, it doesn't necessarily have to be like one thing. It's something that you have let go of.
Yeah, I think I let go of the quality of being like a yes man, like being too nice.
Oh, so you were a people pleaser a little bit?
Yeah, I would say so. I'm being honest. Why not? Like,
please.
I feel like I would say yes to so many things on set and let so many things fly.
Yeah, that's like me.
And
it's a Libra thing, honestly. Yeah. It's a Libra thing.
And as a director, I feel like that's not right. Because I'm a very unbiased human being where I'm like, hey, this is right, this is wrong. Like, you just know you have to be a good person. That's what I believe in. Be a good person, be kind to people, and understand that everyone's going through something. So back in the day, people used to come to me and I used to let things fly. Like, oh, let this person on set, let them do this. But sometimes things aren't okay, and you have to take control and realize this is your business. Sometimes it's not you being mean, it's you being professional.
Yeah, of course.
So
you have to
that's
be a little
a big
assertive
thing.
on time. Otherwise, listen, you're gonna be taken advantage of, no matter what kind of a person you are, right? Like, even if you're at the top of your game or not, if people can find a way to get in there and throw you off the throne, off you go.
Exactly.
So what do you look forward to in 2025?
2025.
Like, any goals? I mean, I know you already have some goals, but is there something you look forward to?
I want to do videos in like Europe or something. We did do a video in Spain 2 summers ago. It was fun. And then you see like the different architecture and different environments. So more international videos. That's my dream.
So also a little bit stepping out of your box.
Exactly.
Okay, very cool. Let me ask you a round of Haute questions. It's not really a speed round, but here we are. So, guilty pleasure.
Okay.
It could be anything, like watching a certain show, binge watching a certain show.
It's definitely sugar drinks, like pop.
Oh, right. You said, of course, energy drinks.
Energy drinks.
So you switched from energy to sugar.
Yeah, caffeine and sugar, which is a bad habit that I have, and I need to cut it out.
Yeah, I get it, because literally that's me, but with cake.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I a lot of people say that. I don't see the fascination with cake. I love cake, but I understand a lot of people love dessert. Yeah.
The thing you look most forward to at the end of a very long work day.
That's a funny question. The sauna and steam room at a gym.
That's good.
Yeah, that's what I love. Our whole team loves that now. It's calming.
Yeah, of course. I was going to ask you, like, what do you do to relax? Like, how do you recharge?
Yeah, it's funny. Like, we finish a set and we all look at each other like, oh, let's go to the gym and go do this and calm down. Sauna, steam. Yeah, it's funny, but we love it. We're thinking about getting one.
Okay.
Like, everyone wants one in their house.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Easy access.
Yeah.
Your favorite beverage? Oh, no, you're going to say sugar or drink.
Oh, no, iced tea.
Okay,
that's my favorite. Every single restaurant I go to, ask anyone who hangs out with me, I ask them for iced tea or sweet tea. Sometimes they don't have it, but I've tasted probably from every place I've been to. Yeah.
Favorite word and cringeworthy word or characteristic? Favorite word first.
Oh, my most used word is epic.
Epic? That's your
that's
thing?
Epic, yeah.
It's like, and for me, it's amazing. You're amazing. And cringeworthy word, where you're just like, ugh. You could say it.
I don't know.
It doesn't have to be a word you use. It could be something like, that someone else uses and you're just like,
oh, that I don't like?
Yeah.
Oh, I'd say when someone quotes a movie, but they can't quote it properly. When they say like a word from a movie and they go, oh, haven't you like heard when they say this? And I'm like, no, that's the most awkward thing.
Okay.
Yeah, when they say like a funny quote from a movie and then I'm like, oh, I don't know them. That's
Can you learn the line? Yeah. Can you learn your lines, please? Favorite person in your life and why?
I have a lot of favorite people, but I would say if it's family, my two brothers, because I'm happy that we're all close. I'm the middle one, and I'm happy that I can be best friends with my little brother and older brother, and we're all in the same industry.
Oh, you are in the same industry. Yeah. That was I was gonna ask you, like, are they following in your footsteps?
Yeah. So my older brother's a graphic designer. Mm-hmm. He's done all of Lil Yachty's work, his branding. And he's done a lot of work for Party Next Door, Lil Baby. He's in the music industry. He's like a genius. Wow. Yeah. And Dimitri's my younger brother. He's a producer. So he's a musician. He's produced a lot of hits in the Toronto scene for Zoe Woods and beyond. So yeah, he's very talented, and we all get along in that way. So they're my favorite people because they're family, and family's important. Yeah,
of course. And then that's a safe space for you guys as well. You can trust each other, right? You're not going to cross any boundaries. Bucket list place to go to, or favorite place in the world that you have been to already?
Favorite place in the world is definitely Italy. Mm-hmm. I live there, but bucket list places in Italy, Amalfi Coast in Italy. I haven't been to on the coast.
It's amazing. Italy. Yeah, except don't drive.
Like Positano, I want to go
Positano,
there. That's a bucket list place.
Capri is incredible.
Okay.
Don't drive. Get someone else to drive for you. Preferably an Italian guy that knows his way around the sharp turns.
When I lived in Italy, we had a guy, he was driving us around in like a Fiat. He was like the driver, and he's driving like insane.
Yeah. Oh, no, I know. I got hit by a Fiat head on. So that was like, oh yeah, when I was a kid.
Was it bad?
No, I was a kid. I flew. You know, kids are resilient. We have soft bones when you're young. And like, yeah. That was kind of like my story, my Fiat story. So no more Fiats for me.
Yeah, me too.
But yeah, so definitely do the Amalfi Coast. It's phenomenal.
Amazing.
Next trip. Biggest fear and what you have done to overcome it.
I would say self-doubt and fear of failure, like expectation of failure. I feel like I hit these slumps of like seasonal anxiety through the end of the year when I choose to even slow down. Like, people do want to do videos in December around the holidays, but I've learned to give my team and myself space to sit back and relax. And when you're a workaholic and you work every day with no days off, it feels foreign to you to take a month off. And you're like, totally. Am I going to pick back up? Is my business going to be big next year? Is it going to be big when I'm 30? That's my fear. So that keeps me going and elevating.
What advice would you give your younger self?
Live in the moment. That's the best thing. And I've been saying this to everyone
live in the moment. I live in the moment.
I haven't. I forgot to live in the moment because I was too hard on myself thinking about the future. I didn't even get to enjoy certain milestones in my life. So I feel like I've been doing a lot of reflecting on, oh wow, that happened in my life. I didn't even get to enjoy it. I think that's an important thing.
I'm kind of the opposite in that sense. I live in the moment. The problem is I don't set goals for myself in the future. Okay. So is that like you set a lot of goals for yourself in the future, but you just don't live in the moment?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So
I'm always thinking about the next move.
So are you living in the moment? Are you here right now with me?
Yes. Okay, I'm enjoying this.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it. Great host, great show.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining me. This has been like such a pleasure. You're epic.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Hopefully sooner than later, I'll see your name on the big screen.
Yeah, I heard you're an actress too, so I need to watch the movies.
Yes, please do. And maybe you could hire me in one of them.
Yes,
I'm just
amazing.
putting it out there.
Yeah, we'll manifest that.
Thank you so much. Thank you to our listeners and viewers. If you enjoyed this episode, please don't forget to like and subscribe so we can reach more amazing people like you. And don't forget, stay haute.